Most gardeners don't have a nutrient problem. They have a dead soil problem. And the mistake? Pouring fertilizers into soil that literally has no life left to process them. If your plants look fed but still grow weak, slow, or inconsistent, it's not because you need more fertilizer. It's because your soil has lost the microbial engine that makes nutrients usable in the first place. And here's where most people go wrong. They focus on what to add instead of what to wake up. Now, before we go deeper, a quick practical tip that actually matters in real gardening. If you're serious about building soil life, you need a clean, controlled way to collect and manage organic scraps without attracting pests or creating smells. I use a compact compost bin in my kitchen, specifically the OXO Good Grips Easy Clean Compost Bin, and it solves a small but important problem, keeping microbe-friendly material consistent and usable without contamination or odor buildup. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. That small setup is what makes this $1 brew possible on a regular basis. Now let's get into what actually transforms your soil overnight. What you've been told about feeding plants is backwards. Plants don't eat fertilizer directly. That's the biggest misunderstanding in modern gardening. What they actually rely on are microbes, bacteria, fungi, and other microscopic life that break down organic matter into forms plants can absorb. When your soil is dead, adding fertilizer is like stocking a kitchen with ingredients but having no chef. That's why you can pour expensive nutrients into your beds and still get weak growth, yellowing leaves, or poor fruiting. The system that converts nutrients into plant-available forms simply isn't there, and this is exactly where the $1 brew changes everything. The overnight brew that wakes soil up fast. This isn't compost tea in the way most people talk about it, and honestly, most compost teas are done wrong anyway. What you're making is a simple microbial activator using materials you likely already have. Water, a small amount of sugar or molasses, and organic waste that carries microbial life. Here's the basic working formula I've tested across raised beds, containers, and even hydroponic systems adapted with organic inputs. Take about 1 liter of non-chlorinated water. If you're using tap water, let it sit out overnight first to let chlorine dissipate. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar or molasses. This is the energy source. It wakes dormant microbes and fuels rapid multiplication. Then add a handful of compost, leaf mold, or even healthy garden soil. This is your microbial starter. Stir it well, loosely cover it, and let it sit overnight. By morning, you don't just have dirty water. You have a rapidly multiplying microbial solution ready to re-inoculate your soil. But here's the part most people miss, and this is why many attempts fail. Why most microbe brews don't work. If your source material is weak, your brew is weak. If you're using poor compost, dry lifeless soil, or sterile inputs, you're not multiplying anything useful. You're just making cloudy water. This is why I emphasize collecting rich organic material properly. Kitchen scraps that have started decomposing slightly, leaf mold from under trees, or compost that smells earthy, not rotten, are what you want. That's also why managing your organic waste properly matters more than people think. Bad inputs create bad soil biology. So let's talk about how to apply it so you actually see results. Honestly, this is where experience really matters, because timing and method change everything. For raised beds, I apply this brew directly to the soil in the evening. It's just the right time. About 500 milliliters per square meter is enough, you know. You don't need to flood it, just moisten the root zone. For containers, especially vegetables like tomatoes or peppers, I use about 1 cup per medium-sized pot, poured slowly around the base. For hydroponic growers experimenting with organics, this gets more advanced. But small doses added to bioactive systems can help stabilize microbial balance. Just don't dump it into sterile systems expecting magic because, well, it just doesn't work that way. Now here's what you should expect and what you shouldn't. What actually happens in your soil after 24 hours? You won't see instant plant growth. That's unrealistic. What you will see is improved soil structure within days. The soil becomes darker, slightly looser, and holds moisture better. Within a week or two, plant response becomes obvious. Stronger stems, deeper green leaves, and more consistent growth. That's because microbes are rebuilding nutrient pathways, not just dumping nutrients into the soil. And here's something most gardeners never realize. Microbes don't just feed plants, they protect them. Healthy microbial populations outcompete harmful pathogens. That means fewer root diseases, better resilience during stress, and improved nutrient efficiency. In my own beds, I've seen crops recover from what looked like nutrient deficiency, not by adding fertilizer, but by restoring microbial life. That's a completely different way of thinking about gardening, honestly. Why big fertilizer companies never talk about this? Well, it's because you can't package living soil systems into a bag easily. Fertilizers are easy to sell. Soil biology is harder to standardize, harder to control, and requires understanding rather than just buying. But once you see the difference, it's hard to go back. You stop chasing deficiencies and start building systems. And that's where this simple overnight brew becomes powerful. It shifts your focus from feeding plants to feeding the soil. Here's a mistake that can undo everything you just did. If you're using chemical-heavy fertilizers or chlorinated water immediately after applying this brew, you're killing the very microbes you just introduced. That's one of the biggest silent mistakes I see. You revive your soil one day, then sterilize it the next. If you're serious about results, reduce harsh inputs and give your soil biology a chance to stabilize. Even spacing out synthetic fertilizers or switching to gentler organic inputs makes a noticeable difference. Why does consistency beat complexity every time? You don't need complicated systems or expensive setups. What you need is consistency. Applying this microbial brew once won't transform your soil permanently, but doing it regularly, even once a week for a month, can completely shift soil health. In container gardening especially, where soil life is limited, this approach makes a massive difference. And in raised beds, it accelerates what normally takes months or years. The real secret isn't the brew, it's the mindset. This isn't about a hack, it's about understanding that soil is alive and treating it that way. Once you start thinking in terms of biology instead of just nutrients, everything changes. Your watering improves, your composting improves, even your plant choices start to make more sense. That's when gardening stops being frustrating and starts becoming predictable. And that's what serious growers are actually after. Control through understanding, not guesswork. If you've made it this far, you're clearly not looking for surface-level tips. You're trying to get real results, so make sure you subscribe because this is the kind of practical, tested knowledge we focus on here. At the end of the day, healthy plants are just a reflection of healthy soil. When you fix the biology, everything else becomes easier. Yields improve, problems reduce, and your garden starts working with you instead of against you. Try the brew, watch what happens, then build from there. And if this helped you rethink how you approach soil, share it with someone who's still stuck pouring fertilizer into dead dirt.